artist. And no, I don't think this is good for her heading into the sentencing. I also saw somebody snapped a picture of Coach Shah and Jen in the airport yesterday heading to New York City in anticipation. They both look great. I would love to know the truth of what's really, wouldn't you love to know the truth of what's really going on in Jen Shah and Coach Shah's marriage? I get so, like, I've been with my husband 10 years. I get so jealous. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like I could flirt with people tomorrow night when we go to the Polo Lounge. I'll be all over Kevin O'Leary, but like, is it O'Leary or Leary?
O'Leary. You got this one right.
Okay. All over Kevin O'Leary. But, I get so bored with men, it's like, blah, and then I'm on to the next, and so, like, my husband is the only one that's been able to keep my attention. I can't imagine him flirting with anyone else. I would have a restraining order on me. How do these people cheat on each other? How do they, and is Coach Shah one of the masterminds behind this and she's taking the fall? Are they that in love? Like, I just want to know the truth. What is it really?
I'm right there with you. Listen, I'm single for a reason. Like I believe it or not, get old fashioned when it comes to this stuff. I'm not into the open relationship. You go cheat on me. To me, it's like you're either, listen, I'm from over here and we're friends with the Jersey girls. You know what I'm saying? You're either with me or you're against me. It's really, I'm that black and white as a person. You know what I mean? And as I get older, there's lots of shades of gray in there, sure. But not if you're going to be my like significant other. Fuck that. I'm not putting, so I kind of agree with you. Like, I don't understand how all these people cheat and get over, and no judgment. Because I think if someone cheats on you and you decide to stay, then you can't really, you got to work out your issues. You can't really hold it against them. And look, I get it. You have children and a whole lot. So I am not judging. One thing I don't do is judge. It's just not for me either. So I get it. Listen, I think she's just entitled and just everything. She's just everything, to be honest with you. She's just not a good person. I still think 10 years is so fucking lenient to me. I don't think she is going to learn anything. And honestly, the only people I find to be a close second as far as disgust is the Chrisleys. I find this whole thing with them. Todd is tripling down. Now he's giving a tell-all interview to Chase. Well, it's your son. So, does Chase even have a podcast? Savannah does. Are we going to do this on Savannah's podcast? Of course you do it on your kid's podcast for the ratings. I'm not knocking that. But like, bitch, you shouldn't be doing a tell-all. He's saying that he's not gay and the ex-lover is just making this up. It's like, shut up. You are going to jail. Deal with that.
I don't think he's gay. I don't think he has sex with that guy. What about Todd comes off as gay to you?
You're being sarcastic. You're being sarcastic. Todd was on. I was like, when Todd was on my show, I was like,
probably wanted to get with you. Come on. Do we believe you're absolutely correct. I love the analogy. This is why I love co-hosting with you. You're brilliant. You're brilliant. You're brilliant in so many ways. But you're right. Jen Shah and the Chrisleys are on the same page in the same wavelength, 110%. And Todd is such a fucking joke, isn't he? He's just a joke. He's such a liar. Everybody knows he hooked up with that guy. What incentive would that man have to? That man blew.
The man would say that Julie did it. Like, if you're not, it's that's the logical thing to say, right? He blew up his own family. He has a wife, and he's basically coming out as gay. Come on, dude.
I think he's going to jail too, or
Is he? Or did he cut? Because he cut a plea, I know, but that doesn't mean you're not going to jail. And by the way, I'm going to say something really controversial here, so everyone can. I don't know what it is, because a lot of times these white collar criminals don't really like make my skin. But like, honestly, I'm not saying I think Mr. Girardi is a good man. I'm not saying Bernie Madoff. That's in my backyard, honey. That's New York City, Upper East Side. I know people that are affected by Bernie Madoff. I'm not saying he's a good man. Those didn't cut me like this. I wasn't disgusted by Bernie Madoff. He did some bad things. Good, more power to him. And it's neither here nor there is what I'm saying. For me, it didn't affect me. Like, Tom Girardi doesn't really get. There's something about Jen Shah and the Chrisleys. I don't know. Maybe I'm getting older and I'm getting more offended by things. It's like, really, it's hard for me to get offended. I don't. So it's not like I'm like so sensitive to these things because Madoff, I'm like, all right, okay, well, that's not good. I mean, look what you fucking did. You ruined people's lives. You're a scumbag. But it wasn't like there's something about Jen and the Chrisleys that it's the arrogance. I don't know. And I didn't see that with the other. I mean, Tom's in a home and he's 80, so you can't really see the arrogance. I don't think Erica knew anything. I have no problem with Erica. You don't. Bring on the hate, guys. Teresa didn't cut me to the core. Like, I wasn't like, you're a total scumbag. I think Teresa just didn't know. And she's the dumbest, one of the dumbest on TV. Juicy Joe. Okay, you did this. There's something about Shah that I think she's like, just vile. I think she's a vile person. I'm sorry. I can't help it. I wish I didn't feel this way.
Well, I think too, to your point, although the Chrisleys kind of like screwed over banks, but I think like Madoff screwed over other rich people, right? Like it was rich people who thought they were a part of this very elite investing club. Well, turns out he was just funding himself. Yeah, I mean, you and I have said it. I feel like you and I were two of the first people to kind of come out against like the audience and say, guys, what Jen did is horrible. How are you guys rallying for her? And I've said it a million times on this pod. I find her to be so fake online. All this, social activism, I think, is such a front for, we've heard testimony from the victims. I mean, they were suicidal.
It's too late.
Everything. It's like, give me a fucking break. And you're supposed to be some social justice warrior now. I mean,
she doesn't feel bad. I'm sorry. It's just, you don't.
She wants to, I think she thinks she's going to write a book. But I mean, look at the Chrisleys. They're supposedly already being courted for a reality show while they're in jail.
I don't even know. How is that possible?
Well, again, how you can't believe, I don't know, Todd could
because the other kids show that there was shows without the parents. There was Growing Up Chrisley, there was Spit Us, they were all canceled. So yeah, here you go.
By the way, I was looking at Mark Braddock, who's the alleged lover. I don't think he did go to jail. And
I don't think so. I think he got pure immunity for cooperating and turning them in, I think. Crazy. Listen, if you're in any scam right now, for everyone out there listening that's in any scam, big or small, with a bunch of other people, as a lawyer, let me tell you something. A, trust no one. And B, you better make that move before someone else makes it. It's like being on Survivor or Big Brother. If you think someone is going to stab you in the back, I would say throw yourself into the fire and expose yourself and throw yourself into the fire, because that is how you save yourself. And you turn on whoever you have to save yourself and your family, and you have loyalty to no one but yourself and your family. Now you got me riled up with my hangover, Sarah.
I love it. I absolutely love it. And I'm reading, Mark Braddock did get immunity, and I love it. Thank you. And what a good warning for any of our scammer listeners. So there you go.
I'm just trying to help here today. In other news, what else do you want to talk about? Teresa, in addition to the Cartier, now they're saying she's posing with a fake Chanel bathing suit.